What if you're not broken? What if that feeling, that endless buzz of anxiety and the constant urge to check your phone is just a natural response to an unnatural world? I'm talking about the struggle to find quiet, to focus, to just be. We've all been there, feeling adrift in a sea of distractions. It's a kind of modern fatigue, a mental drain that tells you to give up before you even begin. What I've noticed is that chasing more isn't the answer. The real power isn't in adding something new, it's in mastering what's already here. This is the first step toward understanding Gauta's Stoic philosophy. A timeless way of thinking that helps you find peace and power by controlling what you can and ignoring what you can't. This isn't just a theory, this is applied Stoic philosophy. Let's imagine a client I once worked with. Sarah felt like she was a slave to her phone. Every notification was a demand on her attention, a tiny hit of dopamine that left her wanting more. She told me, "I can't seem to focus on anything important. My brain just feels fried." This constant stream of distraction is a real problem, and a dopamine detox is one way to reset that. It's not about giving up technology forever. It's about giving your brain a much-needed break from the endless chase. The truth is, your mind is starving for quiet. It wants to learn how to stop overthinking everything, and it can't do that if it's constantly being fed cheap processed stimulation. A powerful dopamine detox can change that. And what I've learned? The only way out is through. You can't wait for motivation to strike. You have to build a ritual, a system, something you can rely on even when you feel like you've got nothing left in the tank. This is your chance to reclaim your focus. This is the ritual to win the morning. Don't let your day be decided by a buzzing screen. Take control. If you want to win the morning, what's the one thing you're going to do tomorrow morning to take back your mind? You know, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle, to think that success is about constant motion. But true progress, that's built in the quiet moments. It's about the habits you build when no one is watching. A simple routine can be an act of rebellion against a world designed to distract you. It's a small victory, yes, but small victories are how you win the morning and build momentum for the big ones. Remember that the fortress isn't on the outside, it's inside you. That's where the real battle is fought. This truth is the foundation of Stoic philosophy. Let's imagine a young entrepreneur named Alex who couldn't shake his bad habits. He'd open his laptop intending to work, but an hour later he'd be lost down a rabbit hole of social media. This wasn't a lack of discipline, it was a lack of a system. I gave him a simple framework, a 5-minute pre-work ritual. He would meditate for 2 minutes, then list his top 3 tasks. The idea was to create a friction-free on-ramp to focus. 2 weeks later, he told me that simple act had transformed his productivity. It wasn't about willpower, it was about the power of a tiny, repeatable habit. This is an application of the Stoic philosophy to modern life. You know, the ancient Stoics understood this perfectly. There's a powerful idea in the Stoic philosophy. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This quote is often attributed to Marcus Aurelius. This isn't just about discipline, it's about a radical shift in perspective. When you internalize this Stoic philosophy, you realize that your internal response to chaos is the only thing that truly matters. A bad email, a traffic jam, a social media comment, those things don't control you. Your response does. So, what does that mean for you? It means you have a choice in every moment. When that feeling of overthinking creeps in, when your mind starts racing and you can't seem to turn it off, you have the power to step outside the noise. You don't have to be a victim to your thoughts. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you can ask a different question. What is this trying to teach me? That simple reframe can change everything. It's how to stop overthinking and start living. And as you build this muscle, this ability to choose your response, you'll start to notice something amazing. The world around you doesn't feel as heavy. The small distractions that used to derail your entire day start to lose their power. You begin to walk with a quiet confidence that isn't loud or boastful. It's just solid. This is the difference between a life of reaction and a life of intention, a core idea in Stoic philosophy. But you know it's not always that easy. The distractions are everywhere, screaming for your attention. That's why you need a plan, a framework, a battle strategy. You've got to be proactive about your focus, and you've got to fight for it every single day. Don't wait for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. The only time that matters is now. This is your wake-up call. Your alarm clock is ringing. If you want to win, you have to choose to win the morning. Let's imagine another client, a graphic designer who was creatively burned out. She felt like her talent was gone. She'd get an idea, but then she'd get lost scrolling through feeds, comparing herself to others. This wasn't a creative block. It was a state of digital exhaustion, a constant hit of distraction. We focused on a simple framework to regain her creativity. No phone in the morning, a notebook by her bed, and a 20-minute timer for her first task. Just 20 minutes. The simple act of putting a physical pen to paper broke her dopamine detox cycle. She rediscovered the joy of creating, a joy that had been taken by the need for a dopamine detox. This isn't just a Western idea. Eastern philosophy understood this too. There's a concept in Japanese Zen called mushin, which roughly translates to no mind. It's the state of mind where you act freely, without thinking, without self-doubt. It's a state of flow that you can only achieve when you stop trying to control every single thought. You have to let go of the need to, how to stop overthinking. Every decision, every move. The best way to learn how to stop overthinking is to just do. This is the ultimate freedom, and it begins not with a big change, but with a small act of letting go. And that's the core of the matter. You have a choice. You can let the world happen to you, or you can decide how you're going to respond. That's the entire game. The moment you stop worrying about what you can't control and start acting on what you can, you become unstoppable. This is the heart of Stoic philosophy. It's a fundamental shift, and it starts with a single decision. Are you going to be an actor in your own life, or just a spectator? But let's get real. Change isn't easy. You'll have days where you feel like you've taken 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. That's not failure. That's part of the process. It's an invitation to refine your framework, to be resilient. So don't be discouraged. Your journey isn't over. It's just getting started. This is the moment to double down on your habits, to win the morning. When it feels the hardest, it's the ultimate victory to win the morning, against resistance. There's a fascinating concept in neuroscience called neural plasticity, which research suggests allows our brains to rewire themselves. Think of it like a path through a forest. The more you walk the same path, the more visible it becomes. In the same way, the more you practice a habit, the more ingrained it becomes in your neural pathways. Studies indicate that a dopamine detox may help your brain become more sensitive to smaller, more meaningful rewards, fundamentally changing your relationship with distraction. A consistent dopamine detox is key. Let's imagine our final case study, a high school student named Jake. He was failing his classes because he couldn't, how to stop overthinking his assignments. He was paralyzed by the fear of imperfection. After hearing a talk on Stoic philosophy, he started to apply one simple rule: just start. His first draft was messy, but it was a draft. That simple act of beginning without judgment broke his paralysis. In the end, his final grade didn't matter as much as the freedom he found in taking action. His victory wasn't over his assignments, it was over his own mind. That is the core of Stoic philosophy.